What is going on YouTube? Today is a nasty, rainy, cold, cloudy day here in South Carolina. However, it is a beautiful, glorious day because we've got a polisher. I'm so excited. If you've been keeping up with my channel, you'll know that I have almost had an aneurysm trying to decide between which polisher I want to buy. Today, I finally bit the bullet and I bought a Rupes LHR 15 Mark II. So I'm gonna get home, I'm gonna get my station set up because my tripod also came in yesterday. Big things happening. And we'll do a little unboxing and test video. I'll see you guys in a minute. It's Christmas in February. In case you guys didn't know, my name is Dr. Sir Count Lucas von Elstenstein the Ninth. You know, sometimes you just gotta have fun. So, in this box, some new pads, Hex-Logic Pads, some wheel Woolies, and the mount for our new tripod, right chop. Let me get this tripod set up and we will commence the video. So before we start, I just wanted to show you this little mount real quick. I know this isn't sexy or anything, but this I got on Amazon for like $8, and it's got a screw instead of a spring-loaded mechanism, which is phenomenal. So I don't know if I can leave links in my descriptions yet. If I can, I will. Whatever. Moving on. All right, welcome back to the channel. I'm Luke Elston with Clean Automotive Detailing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And without any further ado, let's get into it. I won't spend too much time on this because I know probably many of you don't care, but I am excited, so I need you to be excited with me, okay? These are Hex-Logic Pads. I got these as a pack on Amazon. I believe they were $60 or $70, and it came with the Chemical Guys pad cleaning solution. So super excited to try these. Moving on, I also got a pack of wheel Woolies. I've actually never used these before. I've always used makeup brushes because my wife has a plethora of them, and when she's done with them, she gives them to me. So this will be interesting to see how they work. And if you're unfamiliar with them, they're just kind of a soft, plushy, towel-like substance. The benefit, obviously, is the long handle. You can get in and, you know, act like Harry Potter. I don't know. So I think these will be supremely helpful. Moving on. And to the main product. I'm sorry, baby. So this is the Rupes LHR 15. This is the Bigfoot system. The racing stripes are pretty neat, but the box in general kind of leaves something to be desired. It's kind of flimsy cardboard and I don't know, not great presentation in my opinion for something that costs $400, but doesn't really matter at the end of the day. So let's get into it. Oh God, it's beautiful. All right, so this is our machine. All right, so at first glance, this thing is beautiful. The first thing I noticed when I took it out of the bag was it says detailing in gold lettering there. I've never seen that on any of the other ones. I don't know, maybe I'm just not very observant. The comparisons that I'm gonna be doing today are going to be to the Griot's Garage 6-inch dual action because that's what I've been using. I am not by any means an expert in the detail tool world. This is just gonna kind of be my experience. The one thing I did read online was to immediately take this out. This is your Allen key to change out the backing plates, and I have heard horror stories of them coming out of their little home there, getting onto the paint. I don't know, I won't even entertain that idea. This is definitely a lot heavier than the Griot's machine. I mean, this is probably 5.5, 6 pounds. I don't know what the other one was, but this is definitely heavier. And the weight, you can definitely tell, is in the head. Its balancing point is right there. So, but you know, that makes sense. That's where all the components are. The speed knob also is quite a bit different. This doesn't have any positive stops on it. And I'm also glad that it has a cruise control, if you will. This rubber up here is really nice. I think in the Mark III, they may have addressed this because there is no rubber back here. I can tell you from experience that this will get chewed up. I know that on this machine, this is gonna get chewed up because when I am not using it, I lay it down like that, right? And yeah, I can tell that that's gonna get chewed up, but just a little thing. I have not decided if I'm going to get the handle for it. I've never used a handle like this up at the front, so I'm gonna give that a shot before I dump, you know, whatever, $30, $40, $50, $60 or whatever. I actually don't know, I'm just assuming. They're expensive machines, accessories are probably expensive too. So let's measure the cord because I'm really curious about it. Okay, so the cord is approximately 12.5 feet long. I think my Griot's has a 9 foot, maybe it's even smaller than that, it might be an 8. So that is a very welcome upgrade. So first glance, I'm liking it. I will say that I kind of expected a little more from this trigger. It is certainly ergonomic, but it feels very cheap. The trigger is really plasticky. This right up here is like that real thin, maybe not thin, but just plasticky plastic. I don't know how to explain it. Kind of bummed about that. I definitely thought there would be kind of some more substance to it back here, but it is what it is. And as far as complaints go, those are pretty minor complaints. Another thing is that this does not spin as easily as I kind of anticipated that it would. And there was something in there about lubrication, and I don't know if there's a washer mod available for this machine. And if you are watching this and you don't know what a washer mod is, a washer mod is essentially to take the backing plate, which is this, and put a little washer in between these two pieces right here, which will space out this backing plate just enough for there to be free spinning rotation. At least that's how I've interpreted it. I could be completely wrong, but I don't think so. So I am very excited to have this in my arsenal. I'm gonna make some room in the garage and kind of get it cleaned up, and I will see you guys in a little bit. All right, little change of plan. This is day 2 of the video, actually. I was gonna go into the garage and do a little test spot on my test panel, my hood, but as we discovered in my McGuire's hybrid ceramic wax video, if you watched it, white hood is not good for getting things on camera. Yes, we know that now. So instead, we are running over to a buddy/client's house right now, and we are gonna work on a Cayenne instead. I also wanna make 2 quick points. Number 1, I did some research last night into the washer mod for the LHR 15, and I discovered that they make that backing plate close to the shroud housing, I guess, on purpose. And there are some people that do the washer mod on that machine. I was reading through the comments on a forum, and it seems like it's kind of split right down the middle. People that like it and people that don't like it. So for now, I'm just gonna leave it as it is and try and get used to the machine the way it was made. And if we decide that the washer mod would be beneficial, then we'll try that. The second point of note that I wanna make, I did a little pre-editing on this video last night, and I am so sorry for the light issue. I really don't know what was going on. I imagine it had something to do with the light coming in from the window behind me. Again, I did not really think about the consequences of backlighting, so at least I know that for the future, but sorry for the terrible quality of video. We are pulling up to the house right now. I'll get set up. I'll be back with you guys in a minute. Here's the Cayenne we're gonna be using. I haven't decided on which panel I'm gonna use. I'm thinking the hood. I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick little rinseless wash, and we'll get started. We got the hood cleaned with a rinseless wash and a clay bar. I have gone over it with IPA, and we are ready to go. Here is just kind of an idea of what we're looking at. There's some spots. It's probably looks like a leaf maybe. So in any case, we've got a good surface to practice on here. All right, I'm gonna slap some tape on here, and we're gonna get started and see what we can do. Okay, we've got our pad primed. I'm using the Hex-Logic yellow heavy cutting pad. I'm using Griot's Complete Compound. I've already got the pad primed, and we're gonna get started. Wow, that is pretty amazing. So here's what we were with before. I should have put a piece of tape across horizontally, but here's where we're at after just one section pass. That's fantastic. Okay, so the first two things I immediately notice, the machine is definitely, it definitely fights a lot more. I don't know if I got it on here, but when I first started, it kind of ran me around a little bit. And the second thing is that it, when it kind of got up over here on this curve right here, it stalled out immediately. I mean, it didn't spin whatsoever. And I even with my griots, kind of when it got up on a panel like this, I could still kind of work it a little bit. So I do know that there is a learning curve with these long throw polishers. It's just going to be something that I'm going to have to get used to. So I'm going to go over this section again and see where we're at with a second pass. Yeah, that's pretty stellar. So once again, here we are before, and here we are after. Pretty incredible. There's still just a little bit of swirling, and all this is all just rock chips and things like that. Maybe a hood wasn't the best decision, but another thing that I found kind of interesting is that it has a tendency to want to lean backwards. Which I don't know. I guess that's just my, lack of good technique. I guess I just kind of think that it would want to sit more towards the top, but it wants to sit back. And if it gets up on that edge, if it gets on this back edge right there, it doesn't spin at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of this hood, and we will come back for some commentary afterwards. So first thoughts. It is hard to control. It's definitely going to take some getting used to. And when you get it into those body lines, man, it is tough to work with. It does not spin. And I know that is what the long throw is for. And it works. It does work. It gets the job done. So I guess just in my head, right, I've always thought, if it's not spinning, it's not working. So that's just going to kind of be a mental block that I'm going to have to overcome. Yeah, those are my thoughts on the machine. I'm super excited to have it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you guys have any questions, you can always email me at lukeelston@me.com. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.